I'm now delighted to be joined by the APS's Director of Education and Diversity, Ted Hodapp. Ted, welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Taking the time to talk to us.
My pleasure.
Busy schedule.
Lots to go on in the March meeting.
Tell us a little bit about the APS's Bridge Program.
Sure. So this is a new program that we've started just this last year, about fall of 2012. And the direction or the goals of the Bridge Program are to increase the number of underrepresented minorities who receive PhDs in physics. Currently, you'll see about 45 students per year out of the about, say, 1,900 that get PhDs in the United States going to these groups, and this includes African Americans, Hispanic Americans, and Native Americans.
So tell us a little bit about how the program works.
Sure. So the basic idea is that many of the students who are coming into these programs, either their undergraduate preparation might have been insufficient to get into a graduate program, or they didn't apply to the right program, or they felt unconfident to get into programs. So what we're doing is identifying a couple of institutions, and so far we have Ohio State and the University of South Florida, where we take applications from around the country. We make sure that they meet certain basic criteria. They have to be a US citizen, they have to have a physics degree, undergraduate degree. And then we send these applications to these institutions and say, here's some really good individuals who you probably have not seen, and they're interested in studying graduate level physics. They then bring them in, and when they come to the university, they take perhaps advanced undergraduate physics or entry-level graduate physics. They get substantial mentoring. We monitor their progress, especially in the first year, and help them kind of get involved, get ready to get into the PhD program. And then usually by the end of the first year or the second year, they're ready to get directly into the PhD program, usually at those institutions.
What have some of the early results been?
Well, we had hoped to get 4 students in. We had funding from the National Science Foundation, and we thought we would get 4 students. We got 15 in.
Wow.
So, and the reason we were able to get 15 is partly those 2 institutions also said, we're going to bring in a few more people on our own with our own dollars. But we had a bunch of students who had applied to the program, but we only had so many slots we could pay for. And other institutions said, we would like to take a look at these students, and we would like to attract them into our graduate programs. And so a number of other institutions made offers to these students. And basically we're finding a number of students who apply to maybe one graduate program because they can only afford to do that. But really, if you're going to find a good match, you really need to apply to, say, a half dozen or 8 places. And that costs maybe $1,000, and something that many of these students just don't have in their pockets. So we've been able to get many students into programs, and that was just our first year. And just to kind of give you a sense, we're going to call it success if we can get 30 students a year. We got 15 in the first year.
Well, Ted, that's fantastic. And thank you very much again for joining us, and best of luck for the program for next year. Thank you.
Thank you very much.